Hello everyone, the 316, Lego Maniac 316 here. I got another McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse action figure to take a look at. This time it's the Collect-A-Build King Shark Suicide Squad Bloodsport. He retailed for $24.99. However, I got mine at a local store for only $19.99. So he had 20% off. Just like the other two Suicide Squad figures I got. So this is the third McFarlane Toys figure I've ever gotten, and it's the third Build-A-Figure I've ever gotten. So let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories every figure comes with. So every figure in this line comes with a stand that says DC on it. Trying to get you a better look at that. And then it comes with the card. This one's of course Bloodsport. And then here's the back. There you go. If you wanted to read that, go ahead and pause. Lastly, this wave comes with the collect-a-builds, which is King Shark, and he gets the torso pieces. One thing I want to mention with these is that they're really hollow. If I put it next to the mic here, you can kind of hear how hollow it is, the plastic. It's not like this, where like this is, really chunky, really, that could hurt someone. This could like scrape up against something, but anyway, I'm not going to connect them in this video. I'm going to connect them in the video when I eventually get to King Shark, but those just go together like that. And it does say left on this side and right on that side, in case you're confused. And last thing I want to point out is that this ball joint here is on a spring. It might not be easy to see. Try to get the light in there. You can kind of see the shine of the spring in there, so it's got a little bit of give to it. Alright, I'll go ahead and put that to the side, and let's go ahead and take a look at the actual figure of Bloodsport. Bloodsport was played by Idris Elba in the movie, as you can see on the card. This is the masked version. There was a unmasked variant from, I believe it was Walmart. I chose not to get that version because I don't think it looks anything like Idris Elba. And personally, I like how the mask looks better. Most of the movie he's not in the mask, but I still think this works better for an action figure. So right off the bat, I want to say that I do like the color choices they used for this figure. However, it is a little bit off. Like, if you look at the card here, it's kind of hard to tell, but like all the pinkish, orangish, peachish kind of color here on here is more of like a goldish color, like a burnt bronze. It's kind of hard to tell in this card because it's a little desaturated, but we'll see on the back of the box the blown up version of this image so we can compare this. But yeah, the molding is excellent. Like, if you want to take a look at that torso, pretty much everything you see on here is represented on the figure as well, painted in the right spots pretty much. The abs are a little different, but not really too bad. But yeah, there's just a good comparison between that. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the figure again. Try to get him back into focus. I don't know what it's focusing on. Yoo-hoo. Hey, Kim. Alright, maybe it's the light. Okay, stay there. Alright, I'll just push him back a little bit. Okay, it wants to focus on the background. Anyway, so we can take a good look at the figure here. He comes with only two accessories, which are swords. And these don't bug me. They're both the same type of sword, but they are made of a really curved and bendy plastic, so you can see that this one's veering off to the left a little bit. So it's not bad, but then the handles are painted in a gold, so come on, watch out for paint scuff. That happens a lot with those figures back there, but you get the idea. Just try to be careful with that. I wonder what it's focusing on. Is it that? Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. But anyway, so this figure, just like Polka Dot Man, it has its issues, but mostly that comes down to how they did the molding. So just like Peacemaker on Bloodsport, the upper body here, that's all one mold of rubber, so it's flexible. And the diaper here is just exactly like Polka Dot Man. So what I found out about Polka Dot Man was that, maybe if I push the camera in a little bit, there we go. So this diaper here actually goes all the way up until this joint here. So he still has this range of motion, but he has nothing down here, and it makes it very hard to crunch the figure. But if you want to go backward, it's not a problem. So if you get these figures, just be aware that sometimes the diapers get in the way of motion. Everything else, though, range of motion wise, is pretty good. So like the head here, it is on a dumbbell joint, I believe. I didn't like pop the head off or anything, but the unmasked variant was on a dumbbell joint, so you can get a nice head tilt like this. Not as good as Peacemaker, but you can still do it. And this head sculpt for the mask is really good. The only thing that's painted here is the just skull portion. I kind of wish this had some kind of silver metallic paint on it like this does, but I understand it probably would have cost a bit more money. I still think it looks good though. It might be hard to see in this video, but mine has like a dent on it, but because it's such a dark plastic color, it's not really a bother for me. So let's go ahead and take a look at the arms. And something I noticed on my figure, might be hard to tell, but the faux butterfly joint, as I call it. So this one's going downward to the right, but this one out of the package is straight on. So like this one has good range of motion, but then this one I can barely move it. So I think this one's partially defective, either that or it's just in the wrong spot. What you can do though is like get your nail in there and just hold it and then twist it to where you want it. But once you do that, it has a little bit better range of motion, but then it gets stuck back in this position again. So I don't know if that's the rubber piece getting in the way, if that's the actual plastic here, but I might have to try to dismantle this figure just a little bit just to try to loosen that up, because as soon as I pull back on the arm, it gets back into that position, and it kind of sucks. I mean, you can still move it forward and back, but there's a bit of resistance. To me, that sounds like it's the rubber, but anyway. So the hands are also painted because he had fingerless gloves in the movie. So it's got his skin color on there, which is good. It would have looked kind of weird if they gave him fingerless gloves and didn't paint that. So that's a detail I'm glad that they did include. Speaking of diapers, though, I don't think this diaper is as bad in person as it shows up on camera. It does look a little weird in person, but honestly, it's not as bad as Polka Dot Man's, I think. I think this one blends better. Not to mention the fact that his legs actually have better range of motion. So if I can... These actually like really splay out really well. So even though all these figures don't have a thigh cut, which really sucks, to be honest, this particular figure has very good twisting motion because of how the joint is designed up there. It's essentially like a ratcheted joint that can also have a bit of twist to it. So you can see how that works. It's not what you'd expect from a figure. Usually, like with my Lightning Collection figures back there, it's a ball joint. But pretty much all of these joints on here are ratcheted. So like, let's go to the knee here. It is double jointed. Like Polka Dot Man, I had trouble with his knee, but his is a little looser, so I don't have as big a struggle. Trying to see if he can kick himself in the butt. Nah, he can't kick himself in the butt. That's as good as he's gonna get. He does not have a twist in the foot either, but he does have a twist in the lower portion. And it bends down, it bends up, and then you can push the toe up. The boot is flat, so it's easy for this figure to stand. And I don't have any issues like I did with Polka Dot Man, where the ankle joint was slightly forward on one. And here's the other boot. Although this one actually looks like it's going up a little bit, but I think that's just because it's stuck. Huh, that's strange. The other boot looks fine, but this one doesn't want to go down any further. Yeah, actually, I mean, obviously they're different molds because they're for different sides, but I don't know why the camera doesn't want to focus on this. Probably because it's too dark. There you go. You can see the molding on the feet there, and then the holes to fit the stand in, which I'm going to put him in the stand just for now. so that we can do the size comparisons. Alright, so first of all, the first figure that I looked at, Peacemaker, they're pretty much the exact same height. And then the only other McFarlane figure from this line I have, Polka Dot Man, and I have him at a bit of a bend, but he's just a little bit shorter. So size-wise, let me get the ruler out. So Bloodsport stands at about like 7.5 inches tall, same as Peacemaker, and then Polka Dot Man's just about 7 and like a third or a fourth, so not bad. And then let's do one more size comparison. The only other McFarlane figure I actually own, which I did show in Peacemaker's video, was the Master Chief from the 10-year anniversary. And yeah, he looks so small compared to these guys. Like, but the molding is still just as good as these guys, if you ask me. The only thing that's been improved is the size and range of motion, and obviously two different themes. This is DC, of course. That is Halo. But yeah, these guys look great together. Hope to get Harley Quinn soon so that I can, do the Build-A-Figure and do a comparison with all four of them. Alright, let me go ahead and stick these guys back off to the side. And then put all of the parts back so that I can do a final verdict. So, $25 at retail price. Is that a good price? Yes, I think it's a good price. I will suggest if you do want to get the unmasked version, get that one first. I didn't want to get the unmasked version because I think it looked nothing like Idris Elba. And this head sculpt is just really well done. And something about the McFarlane figures I've noticed is they give a really good feeling of the person in the suit. Like these all use the same mold, but what they do so well is that they do new molding that just really helps capture the actual size of the actor. Like when I see this, do I think of Idris Elba in the suit? Yeah, it's got his body type. And same with John Cena. This looks just like John Cena. It's night and day, So at $25, are you getting value? Yes, because I mean, look at how big this Build-A-Figure part is. This thing is huge. Like here's a stick of deodorant. Look at this. This is huge. For an extra $5 for this, I'm not complaining because it's just so giant, So getting this at a cheaper price is absolutely a steal, if you ask me. And this figure line has been on sale in my local store for a while now. They still have Harley. I might go back and grab her when I get a chance. But yeah, almost forgot to take a look at the box. I mean, it's standard fare, pretty much what you'd expect. It says Bloodsport. They didn't mess it up. And then there's the image on the back if you wanted to take a quick peek. There you go. It says he comes with the upper body, and then Harley comes with the legs. Have to get those. But anyway, yeah. So if you want to get this figure, grab it. If not, don't. But I don't think we'll see Bloodsport in the future of these DC projects. So if you want to get him, I'd suggest getting him now. And maybe going on to a third-party site to find an Idris Elba head that works at the 7-inch scale. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next couple reviews. I got a lot planned. Remember, every Monday until at least the beginning of December, I have a Lightning Collection review going out. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching so much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.